Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing the Fighting Dinos deck. We got a lot of new dinos from the new set and some reoccurring dinos from older sets to kind of compile them together into this Gruul aggro deck that prioritizes using fight rigging along with Hammer Skull to get out our big dumb dinos early, even say cheating them into play. Outside of that, there's all these new cards. Instead of going over them individually one by one, we're going to go ahead and let the games do the talking, as Hans Niemann once said. Outside of that, I hope y'all enjoy the games. I knew I was forgetting something. I didn't hit the record button. We kept, because we have turn 2 this boy, and then we have turn 3 this boy, if everything goes smoothly. I even, left my game. I was sitting in the screen, and I was like, listen, we need to be smart about this. They have a colorless mana available. I feel very confident. Play big boy. We have big boy followed by bigger boy. Here's 6. Nice. I'm having a good time. You having a good time? I hope so. We're playing big dumb dinos again. I love it. That's Ward 2. Cut down's not big enough. Go for the throat, won't get it done. Obviously, they can take out the Hammer Skull. But if they remove it, we can always play the Paleontologist. Ooh. I named that immediately. Looks like you're just Infect. Which, by just Infect, that means a lot. Let's play a Paleontologist and then play the other Hammer Skull. And then, honestly, get in there. There's no reason to hold back. They have to trade an absurd amount in order to get the same amount of payback back. And we still have 3 blockers here, so they go down to 3. A little bit of a mistake here. I should have played this down so I can actually crew it up and attack with it next turn. I don't know. Is it just me, or has Rot Priest gotten very popular as of late? I feel like I've played against Rot Priest more now than on release. A lot of the Simic decks have come out with like Ivy and playing that. And I guess this isn't specifically a Rot Priest deck. It's more of an Infect deck, but alright. Our hand's not as cool as the previous one. I'm kind of depending whether or not we can keep it. I think we do have a lot better 3s than this. So we'll let it go. And I would say we do. It's a little slow. What do we throw back here? I have no idea. I kind of like keeping this and this to catch back up because we're already going down a card. We might need this for removal. Is it just this? Because on turn 2, I'm going to want to play this just in case I don't hit a land drop. Yeah, I guess. White soldiers, if it's let's go. It's a combo deck. We can now play Cavern, leading right into this, and then playing a fight ring, even though Thalio attacks it, so we necessarily can't do that. Obviously no block for us. Another Copperline Gorge. Very nice draws. Let's play the boy. Now this cannot add mana to cast the fight rigging, so we will be a little staggered, a little awkward here, although we have a big boy blocker and now we have a turn that we could take off. Very nice. Let's play the Veil. We just go ahead and stomp the Thalia, or do we just get the Copper Coat? Well, if we only have the mana, I guess we take out, because my idea is like, wouldn't we want to take out Brutal Cathar if that's the option? Well, I guess we can set up another turn with that. We can just play this, and then we'll have an extra mana. Then we can remove something and play fight rigging. Although, well, Ward won't allow me to do that. Okay, we'll do this. I'm just like putting myself in a conundrum when I don't really have to. We'll pass. We'll just hold the line. Fight rigging, we don't have to worry about Thalia in that regard, just because this fight rigging is hopefully going to hit a creature, which is my deck, so it should. We do hit another land. We'll have this come in. We'll have it named Dino. I just played humans, so I saw humans and my brain went burr. So let's get fight rigging down. Put it on this hammer skull. Hopefully. I mean, yeah, another one. Put a counter here. It gets big enough. This can be cast. The only fear would be a Tolly hitting another fight rigging, not be able to cast it because of Thalia. But this will not have to be tapped anymore. They have enough for Nganjo, but like Nganjo plus block with Thalia, I suppose, is possible. Because Nganjo would deal 4, Thalia would hit for 3, and Thalia would actually stick around. Here's Adeline, but do they still have attacking opportunities? Not really. Which is what's kind of nice. All I'm saying is I need to stop drawing lands right now. We don't have any dinos. One, two. Grow our board here. This isn't enough, and it trades incredibly well here. And it's attacking for lethal. So let's do this. Especially because I can technically exile one of these next turn. You got to block with one other thing. This is what we want. We're trading off 2 creatures for 1. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah. We'll take all that. So now we can activate this ability. We can cast arms we own from exile with it, and it'll get a finality counter. If you're unsure what finality counter is, it is a new counter. Obviously, the set just came out. I know some people didn't really pay attention that much because obviously they didn't have the cards. But if a permanent with finality counter on it, we go to the graveyard from the battlefield, exile it instead. We hit a land. We are looking solid. So I'm actually going to keep this. We don't have early play this. I get to do it super early. But we do have removal into the Dino, into the fight rigging. So we are fine. Just a land. Game, don't you do this to me. Now, these are sorcery, so we will take a little bit of damage here. That's like the downside of this. But having such kind of incredible upside, I can see it. But I also think could almost have just made this like hit planeswalkers at sorcery speed, or like we just need to survive. I know this gives them cards, but just letting them hit us for 2 every turn, probably not great. Probably taking Swiss Spear, I would imagine. But if this can only target creatures and only gets better if you have a Dino in play, you probably could have made this an instant speed spell. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. Because it doesn't target planeswalkers. It can only target creatures. If your opponent's not playing creatures, it's a dead card anyway, and it's sorcery speed. But land. In our 26 land deck? No. But don't worry. We have all 3 copies of fight rigging. I don't know if it'll matter. I think we're going to die before that then. Which does suck. But, you know. Hey. Kidding me? How does mono red have more lands than me? Help. Help me understand. I mean, now we're just dead. Like, there's nothing we can do here. I think our keep was fine. Now I would keep it again. Oh, dangerous. Let me go. I have a 3-2. Don't really have any life gain either, so I would fire my yearling. Yeah. I don't really get the value off this unless they get a land. Which they do. Huh? Sure. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would keep that hand again, and I will lose to that type of variance again. The upside's way too high. We had removal. We draw one land. I'm pretty sure we win, but it is what it is. It's just the person playing best of one sometimes. We go first. We have 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and our lands kind of work out in a way that this pays off. So sure. Play Ridgeline first, and then we'll play a little goof. Look at his little doof. Look at him. He's a cute little boy. Guess Shafts firstborn, even. Domain. Aggression will pay off. Don't have that fee to pay. We'll hit. We'll play Big Dumb Dino. And we'll play other Big Dumb Dino. Wasn't legendary. That'd be sick because we'd be able to get this down as well. But let's get Copperline Gorge down. Throw up Hammer Skull. Back here. We do get to play this guy. And then if we find like an Atali or something, we get to kind of go all out. They just now have the first Leyline Binding active. I do think they have an answer to this. I could play Fight Rigging and force them to answer that instead. And then I'm allowed to play the Lore Keeper as well. Or I can just play this and then play a lot of stuff next turn. I kind of like that. This isn't Leyline Bindingable based on what they have. It could just be a counterspell as well. Just coming in, taking out the Hammer Skull, of course. We'll have another Dino, so it'd still be active. We attack for 2. We hit. The other thing is I didn't really want to take Fight Rigging and then have it kind of like put a valuable card underneath. I'll probably grab a Black Source here. This gives Virtue activation. Oh, so close. Oh no, we have exactly. I'm stupid. Shut up. Stop it. Talking. Obviously, I'm trolling, but yes, I will take another Fight Rigging, I suppose. I'll cast another Fight Rigging. Thank you. We'll put an Atali under this one. We'll attack. The reason we have to take like an Atali is in case we get hit with a Sunfall here. We know. Ooh, tap land. The binding. And then we'll be able to put both counters on the Raptor. Yeah, add the counters. They have Leyline Binding. Are they able to play it? They are. It's 1 mana. They'll have the ward. So we realistically need to just be about as aggressive as physically possible. Bring this up. Another target attack creature gets 2-0. Untap that creature. Double target this Raptor because we'll meet the requirement of this. Well, unless they have to take this, of course. They're going to target this. They're going to pay the ward. I still control a creature with power 7 or greater, so it'll still happen. Or it won't happen? Oh, it has to target that creature? Ooh, okay. But they still die. But let me read Fight Rigging again, because I was under the impression. Hello? Maybe the ability has to resolve. Yeah, the ability would have to resolve. The target would fizzle. Therefore, the ability doesn't resolve. Is my guess. I'm not confident in this keep, but I'm also confident in this keep, so it's fine. Let's play this down tapped. I don't want to take pain in case it's mono red or something. Domain again? Take it back, please. Get our mana dork down. I feel like we beat Domain last time, so I feel like it's... What? Rot Priest? I'm a liar. We play this, we pass. They try to target Rot Priest, we remove it. Cannot attack. Target it. Target it. Target it. Tried. We tried, chat. Tried. I say chat like I'm not recording on YouTube. I'm not live at all, but it's okay. You're here with me, you know. We're gonna lose to Rot Priest. I feel like we are. So cool thing with this creature here is if we even cycle this to deal the damage, right? Do I block? Maybe because if it's a Tyvar stand, they're gonna have to buff it out. So they pay. Shoot it? Because they phase it out here, then I keep my creature. Their thing's gone. Be like hexproof or something, which then they basically put everything out. Yeah, so it phases out, damage doesn't happen. I keep my creature. Oh, we're gaming now, fellas. About to pop an egg. I'm dangerous. I'm so stupid is what I am. Does this reduce the cost? Exile target creature card from the graveyard. You may cast dinosaur spells from among the cards you own in exile with it. So I don't have to reactivate this to get access to the cards it's exiled. That is sometimes the condition they put on cards. So it's like tap, sack, or tap exile. It goes into the exile pile. And then it's like, okay, you can cast them this turn. But then if you exile something later, you get access to all the cards. This, if we do it, as long as this creature, this specific one, stays in play, or maybe another one, I'm not sure, you'll get to cast it at any point. And maybe not any point, like obviously our turn or the restriction that it normally has. But I'm gonna be honest, they can hit us, so I don't care. I got a lot coming back down the pipeline here. So they can phase it out. That is something they could do. And I think I'm fine with that. How much does this activate? 4? Try to pop this. We'll take our little infect lick here. If this dies, we also just win, I think. So let's phase it out. If they do, we're also getting super aggressive here. 5, so even a small little buff on it won't do much. All right. Sweet. Got it, mate. That's the biggest hexproof indestructible thing I've ever seen. The egg. Obviously decline. I think kind of wasting time if I don't attack. So all those go in. I'm going to keep this back because obviously it trades up. They'll be forced to use a exile effect if they want to get it out of the board. And then we'll activate this, targeting this. And then we'll play land, cast it, maybe discover. And if we can keep our haster in play. So we need to avoid, what, 4 spells in combat? Okay, that's 1 spell. Gone. That's not good. Ooh, our turn. We might win, team. Dino. The Dino time. We do it. Cavern. Dragon. Dinosaur. Claim it. Uncounterable. Does have Trampola. Please be good. Fight rigging. Ooh. Oh ho ho. Some good stuff. Some good stuff. If I don't attack out now and maybe force a trade or two, I think I die on the backswing anyway. Right? And if that's two, they need 2 spells plus a hit to kill me. I mean, these are going in for sure. This has trample, so even if they give it protection, they say they Tyvar Stand, eat this whole thing. They take 5 in the air guaranteed. Say, I think block 7, block 5. Is that lethal at all? 5, 6, 11, 12, 13. It'd be exactsies. Get it all in there then. Cameo safekeeping is obviously an out, but we're gonna hope the math's enough. There's not another Cameo safekeeping. I could be. No, we call their bluff and we get it. Sick. Those are always the worst. I get so much like anxiety, especially not really anxiety, but like don't be dumb whenever I'm recording, because I'm like, oh dude, if I mess up the math, I do this, I'm gonna look so stupid. I've cut games for looking dumb before like that, which I should just leave them. Like, it's fine. Everybody makes mistakes, whether they believe they do or not. So I'm fine. It's just too small. It is too small. Sure, we'll throw a Tully back. Ridgeline. Then we'll play Lore Keeper and then play Cavern. Actually, we'll play other Ridgeline is what we'll play. Golgari. Probably kind of a more difficult matchup. Well, maybe a little bit nicer now because they are playing Cut Down. If you know my opinion on Cut Down as of late, not a highly reviewed card for me. Just because 3 mana 6/6 make this card look real whack. Yeah. Now we got a nice tempo play. We do this. We name Dino. We pop this out of the way. Then we play other big dumb Dino. And we attack. I think the nicest part, honestly, about having these is the fact that they're so kind of good against Shieldred. Like, Shieldred can't just block these. It actually trades it off. Did he get first strike or what? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was reading a new card, bro. Please relax. They printed 6 more man lands. I was just trying to read. I didn't know what all it did. Another target attack creature gets 2 on tone a turn. Untap that creature. I knew it had a effect. I didn't know if it got first strike or not. It is a red land, so it could have. But my opponent said, I don't want to wait anymore. Sure. Maybe they didn't have anything. You think they just like were like bring up land, have to block, and they would lose theirs? Ooh, this hand's like fine. We don't have like early Hammer Skull, but we are on the play. We have the Yearling. We do get to play Fight Ring. We do have removal, so we'll keep this. And a Maul. Oh, Mamma Mia. I'd like to play my Copperline Gorge. Ass. I'm in such a trolling mood. I don't know if you can't tell or not, but honestly, it's more of excitement. Things that work been going great, you know. YouTube's been fun. A new set just dropped. We're all having a good time. We're gonna play this. We're gonna make this little. I'm gonna call him a shitling. To be honest, he's a little shit. I like this little guy. Look at him. He's just squawking. But I would assume they're dinos as well. We'll see. Yeah, they are. Where were those? No? For big old Got a big old fight to take. Everybody says good game, but then they don't concede, so I never believe them. I mean, I'm attacking. I never believe them. I said it back. I'll give you kisses too if you want. Here, I'll give you a little love. Actually, I realized that I had this thing. This thing is funny. I love this thing. This thing's cool. Yeah, that's tough. I'll just go to combat. I'll get you out, big dog. Put counter there. We'll play this. Base power will be that. Then we attack. We're kind of on the same train, you know? Like, I can't be... This is even... It's 4 damage. It's whatever. Yeah. I couldn't think of anything that could play to gain life, but, you know, it is what it is. Fire Breather, appropriate name, though. I really wish I could have saw their hand. How did on turn 3... I mean... Did they play Mountain and play Rockvale? I think that is what happened. Maybe they only had 2 lands, and then they drew this, but had this. But I still think if that was the case, you lead off with the Veil and then play this. So you get a mana dork down. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I didn't know their hand. I wasn't really paying attention. I thought they were mono red at first, but all right, team. All right. What do we like? I like that they are big dumb dinos. This is sick. I've been missing a deck like this in the meta that is kind of like that aggro deck, but not just mono red, not mono white, or like the Gruul humans deck that is just a sad impersonation of mono white. But we get to play big dumb dorky dudes. You know what I'm saying? Look at this guy. He doesn't even know what he's saying. He's just... Is his head exploding? Like, what is that? I don't know. He's a 6 mana. He's a 6/6 for 3 mana. Like, this guy's cool. But my card that has actually been sneakily really good for me, that I've actually liked, has been this guy. It's 5 mana, which is quite a lot, but it gives your other dinos haste. So it does come in and makes 2 0-1s. These 0-1s do not have any stipulations whatsoever, so you can technically block with them or whatever you want to do. But you flip them into a 3/3, and then for the rest of the game, whatever dinos we get down, this just gives them all haste and allows us to be very aggressive, very quick, the thing that the Gruul decks want to do. So this card has actually been a big sleeper for me. Other than that, I've seen some people playing other cards to find cards. I think fight rigging is kind of really where you want to be. You want to make your dinos bigger if you can, especially some of these younger ones. Or I say younger ones, smaller ones, whatever. But you definitely want to be making these a little bit bigger. It also makes your chomp better because you're putting counters on other things. So worst case scenario, you're just making all your creatures bigger even once you've used the fight rigging. Outside of that, sometimes just getting, like you saw there in a couple of games, we played this for free, gave us lethal. We got to play this. We also got to play fight rigging, grab a fight rigging, play another fight rigging, not get the trigger because they removed our creature, and then we still won the game because they conceded, but it's fine. Yeah, but other than that, we didn't Natali once, which was kind of a bummer. I love Natali. It's probably my favorite creature from the set it was from. I think it's March of the Machine. It's so hard to tell. There's so many set symbols and sets that release all the time. But then this guy is definitely really cool as well. It kind of works in the same way as Natali, not as good. But you can definitely waterfall if you kind of run these into each other. But the reason this is so good is because it's sneakily a removal spell. With that red 2 colorless, as you can see, we actually had it come up and win us a game where we were going to lose our mana dork, and we actually kind of, it's more like cycle, channel it, whatever you want to call it, but we spent the 3 mana, made them phase out their creature, and then it worked really well in tandem with this, which has the 2 mana exile a target card from the graveyard, and if it's a dino, we can then cast it. We just have to follow the restriction of the dino. So if technically the dino had flash, we could cast it at flash speed. I don't think it restricts anything like that. As long as this is in play, we can cast it. We actually had it come up where we exiled this on our opponent's end step and then got to cast it on our turn. And we had this boy in play, giving things haste and whatnot. So it all worked out well. 6-1, I think. 7-1. One win, our opponent never showed up, so take that as you will. And this one loss was we kept a really solid 2-lander that played Hammer Skull into fight rigging. We just never drew the 3rd land. I say in the video I would have kept that anytime. I still agree with that opinion. Our hand was so good. And we got fortunate that it was mono red. Normally playing a 6-6 against them is unbeatable, plus the fight rigging to play something out. And if we even hit something small, we would have more of a board presence, and we end up drawing all 3 fight riggings. So we would have just played those every single turn and then just made, like, eventually would have hit one of these higher end spells and just ran the game over. But we didn't. It is what it is. It happens. So we take it, and then we did well outside of that. So we're golden. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm going to call it here. I love big dumb dinos. I hope you do as well. I know his deck list is pretty much everywhere, but this is my variation of the list. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.